Sunday afternoon game against the Vikings in Minnesota, mind you, a loud stadium there at US Bank. But Dan Graziano has already kind of come out and said that it's likely that Joe Mixon will sit on Sunday. And also you have the head coach of the team who was asked immediately about the Joe Mixon injury after, yesterday at practice. He was nowhere to be found, along with Dameon Pierce, mind you. That was the interesting part for me as well. But D'Amico Ryans was asked about Joe Mixon's injury.
Yeah, we'll take it day by day with Joe and his injury and see where he ends up at the end of the week. Still, holding out hope that he can make it.
We using words hope.
Holding out hope?
We talking about it through the lens of hope.
Man, figure that deserves it.
Yeah. All right, so hey man, the dude, the dude that you're looking at to be basically the bell cow of this rushing attack, and really, I think in all the conversations that we had when we were trying to kind of come back around and say, all right, let's be reasonable. The fact of the matter is Joe Mixon will get a lot of this. If he is not there, that really does open us back up to training camp conversations of what's happening.
Thought we were done with that.
And at least for a while, right? I was like, hey, man, football is a war of attrition. Yeah. It is the car crash sport, as I like to call it. It breaks down bodies, right? Yeah. Over time, especially with the position of running back, is going to get to you. I didn't think that was a week 3 issue.
Exactly.
I thought maybe we talk about this week 8, right? Once we get to, man, week 3, you are talking about the possibility of missing your starting running back. And with that being the case, then what happened? Because as we know, it's not like you have a clear or a confident position after that necessarily, especially seeing as Dameon Pierce might also be in an injury situation himself.
Yeah, look, the other thing that D'Amico said yesterday, and we don't have to play the audio, but I'll paraphrase. He's an old school guy, and he said it's really important for him to be out on the practice field if we want him to play. So, the old school that we talk about a lot, are they going to be there Wednesday? By the way, we'll let you know if he's there, what the situation is today when they start practice, and especially Friday. If he doesn't practice, he probably won't play, and D'Amico is old school like that. So it is, as Graziano put it, looking less likely that he'll play. So the question becomes then, Reggie, what is your preference for carries? Now, we don't know about Dameon Pierce either. We'll find out on that as well. But if Dameon Pierce can play, and I still want to see Cam Akers get the vast majority of touches and snaps on the offensive side of the ball. And when I say vast majority, I'm talking like Joe Mixon. Like Joe Mixon against Indianapolis. No, and there's a reason for that.
Not necessarily in volume, but in distribution.
Yes. Well,
okay.
No, and volume of snaps, too.
Oh.
And let me explain it, because you're not asking Cam Akers to be Joe Mixon for 17 games. You need him this game. You need him this game. You need to have a running game that can complement what C.J. Stroud in the passing game does. You're not asking him, hey, we want you to get the ball 20 times a game, for the next 3 months, 2 months, whatever. No, we need you this time, right now, today, Sunday in Minneapolis. And the reason I say that is because he's better. He's better with the zone blocking scheme. I think, they can say what they want. They can have their preferences, but I think they've seen it, as well. And the other part of it is when Dameon Pierce had a little success against Indianapolis, it wasn't the zone blocking scheme. Mm-hmm. It was a straight ahead, change it up. It was a change up, basically.
Yeah. It was a lot of power.
Yeah, pitch him the ball and let's play power football. Well, they're not going to change their identity. They can't change their identity as an offense. This is a Bobby Slowick, Shanahan, Kubiak zone blocking scheme offense. So I think even if Dameon Pierce is there, but more precisely, I'd like to see Dare Ogunbowale get the second most carries, and there's a reason for that too. So even if Dameon Pierce is there, I still want Cam Akers to be the guy just this Sunday, man. Just this Sunday. Let's see what you got. Let's see you get a lot of carries. And the reason I want Dare Ogunbowale in there is because this pass rush of the Vikings is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm with you, right? The idea of Cam Akers being the guy that gets most of the carries, I'm with you on that. Mm-hmm. The idea that, hey, maybe Dare should be number 2, oddly enough, in snaps, maybe not carries.
Yeah,
I agree with, because I think that this is going to be a situation where no matter who the running back is, Dameon Pierce, Cam Akers, Dare Ogunbowale. Hell, if you want to throw British Books out there, shout out to the British Books hive that apparently has developed in a way that I did not anticipate. But again, he's been a fantastic story and a dude who has worked real hard and hit hard early on in this tenure. Cool, I'm hearing you. But ultimately, it feels like no matter what mix of those guys you want to throw in there, it feels like passing the ball is more of an option when it comes to this team, especially when you look at the strengths of it all the way around. Yeah. Right? I think that, hey, man, and also with what we're starting to see with what the run blocking might ultimately be again for this team. Yeah, man, you have to run the football. You can't just go into being a run and shoot team or whatever, air raid, whatever we want to call it.
Yeah.
But I do think that you're going to lean, or you probably should lean more to putting the ball in C.J. Stroud's hands and trying to get the ball into the hands of the likes of Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, and of course Nico Collins. Right? Like I think that is the look of it ultimately. So yeah, having Dare on the field, especially because of his pass blocking, pass protection prowess. That's where I'm starting to see that in my vision.
Yeah, and you know. You really have to change a lot if Dameon Pierce is there and the guy that you want to carry the ball a lot. I don't want them to do that. I don't think they want to do that. And with Cam Akers, I'm not a big country and western guy. What's that song? Was it Toby Keith? I'm as good. I'm asking the wrong person.
He said country and western. What is this? 1985?
I told you I wasn't a big country fan. I'm as good once as I ever was. That's all we want out of Cam Akers. Just be as good once as you ever were. And that's he's carried the load for teams. He's had 150, 170 carries in his career. Just do it Sunday. That's all we're asking. Joe Mixon's coming back.
Hey, Coach. Will Cam Akers get more reps if Mixon can't go against the Vikings?
Yeah, we'll see. Cam is he's ran the ball well. As we've seen, he did a good job for us. So we'll see where Cam is as we go throughout the week as well.
That wasn't very enlightening.
That's right.
It's about to be the Dare game.
The Dare game. Well, you need his pass blocking. That is for darn sure.
Definitely going to have like maybe 12 carries.
No, wait. 3.
Wait, you said Dare 12 carries?
I think so, man.
No way.
I don't know. I don't know that they're going to be throwing the ball that much for Dare to get 12 and then finding some other ways for Cam and if Dameon is available to have carries within there as well. Yeah, that feels like a lot. But
give me 15 to 18 from Cam. 3 from Dare, and sling that rock.
You going a lot. I'm thinking like 8 to 10 for Cam, and then maybe another 4 or 5.
So you really want him to sling the rock, which we're going to get to.
I think they will.
Yeah, which we're going to get to.
So, yeah, but I think that's probably the way that it goes. And don't forget, right, like the idea of Dare and British Brooks getting involved here, I think that'll be interesting when you consider also Brevin Jordan going to the IR, right? So, how much of the tight end type things are you going to have to then get a little bit from your running backs in addition as well? But, okay. That's what we're looking at as Joe Mixon did not practice yesterday. Neither did Dameon Pierce. And your head coach used the word hope, holding out hope when it comes to the availability possibility for Joe Mixon on Sunday.